only for the night. Waking up in different places. They wrap me up, let me inside. You're forever my oasis. My heart is home with you. My heart is home with you. When I get lost, you stay behind. When I'm falling, you're my strength, yeah. Lift me up, you ease my mind.
So I looked up 6.3 total. So it's like 3 something there and 3 something back. You got everything you need? Use the hand sanitizer? Okay. So for the camera, this is one of my favorite hikes in South Carolina. When I did the Foothills Trail, the first time I tried it, that it got rained out. Do you remember that? Where I got like 3 days in and then that huge storm came in. So this is where I crashed, was out here. Like my feet were completely waterlogged for the last like 2 miles. Like I was literally walking through like a creek. The trail had just turned into a creek. So like my feet were in like heavy boots, and like when I took my socks off, like completely macerated, like white and like cracked and everything. But this is where, and it was still raining, but like I just put up a tarp between the 2 trees and camped out there. So you can get to the falls, like if you kept going up that road, there's like an actual park for the falls, but this is the hike. You can cheat, yes, yes. So it's gonna be like 3 miles to the upper. So this trail's cool because you get a, the first part of it's pretty easy. So this trail's pretty easy until like the last like mile of it, and then it's kind of uphill. But we are along the river for the most part of it, so like kids would have a fun time if you brought them, because it's like right along the river, which in this case is the Whitewater River. And there's a couple bridges over the river, and you end up big waterfall, and there's like an observation deck up there, and so there's kind of a lot to see on this trail.
The water is like that.
So I think if there wasn't trees here, like the lake would be out there.
Okay.
Which is kiwi, I think.
Okay.
So this, I don't know what's going on with this, but it's like they planted these trees here for some reason. I think they look kind of like pecan trees.
Yeah.
And this area gets, like if it gets wet and rainy, this is like almost like a pond. Oh. Like it doesn't, there's drainage things up here. Right there. See how there's like a concrete drainage thing? So I don't know what they're doing with it, but
the bottom, and we looked it up on the map, and we were literally maybe like 1 mile from the 3rd glacier.
Yeah.
That was like this huge, and had like, you know, another lake. I think each one there was a lake, but the water was like that bright.
Yeah. Yep.
And like sharpening up the eyes. Those little things that just make it look really realistic, right?
Yep. Yeah. What you did to make them look consistent. Right. Right. Isn't that pretty? I don't think we did. I don't remember ever being here as a kid, unless you guys did something we didn't, but yeah. So this is the Whitewater River. This is the first of several bridges, but I mean, you can see that was a pretty easy walk. So like if you wanted to bring kids, like this is a quick and easy come down to the river. That being said, when I came up here yesterday, I passed some people that were like, oh, there's a snake in there. So
Oh gosh.
take that with a
It's so
consideration.
pretty, though,
Yeah,
Clear.
it is nice.
Like
Yeah. So it's kind of like one of those hikes that like has a lot of payoffs in it. A lot of stuff to see. So the Foothills Trail is that way. This is so the Foothills Trail, the one that I backpacked, is like a 73-mile trail. So it starts from Table Rock State Park and goes to Oconee State Park. And this is about in the middle. Okay, so Oconee State Park 31.4. So yeah, we're right about in the middle of the Foothills Trail. And so Foothills Trail, so it's green right there.
Oh.
Starts here and ends up here.
So we go into North Carolina. So.
Yeah, it kind of goes over the border back and forth for a while. There's a lot of, these are the Jocassee Gorges up in here, so you're kind of in and out of those little valleys next to the lake. And yeah, so the White Blazes, kind of like the Appalachian Trail, or the Foothills Trail. And it would go that way, back towards Table Rock, and this way towards Oconee. Yeah. Yep. Laurel Valley. So Laurel Valley is one of the places that I did an overnight. And then I think another overnight here. You can't camp in this, they call it the Whitewater Corridor, which is this whole area with the river. So you can't camp like in here. It's too bad because it'd be a nice spot.
I know it would.
So I think what I did, I went back up like towards the parking lot and where those trees were is where I pitched a tent up there, and then came back down to restart.
Because they
But
just don't want people.
yeah, I
this
think it's a
area.
wildlife and they don't want to junk it up, I guess. But so it's kind of just a nice, easy walk along the river here until the next bridge, and then towards the end it gets a little steep. So as I said before, unfortunately no camping in the Whitewater Corridor, or it would be very nice though. There's plenty of spots. I think people probably still do camp, but you're not supposed to. Another super pretty spot.
It's pretty how the grass grows in the river too.
Yeah.
But on our going down, we passed underneath. There was some man.
All right. Looks like we got a little stream crossing here. The Foothills Trail is kind of nice, especially for like getting water, because there's streams almost all the way along it. Where I am out west, I really don't know where you'd have to be real specific and research where to get water ahead of time. Yeah, woodpeckers, I guess. So I always think this tree's pretty cool. It's like a big cutout. So, the foothills trail here would keep going that way, but then we're going up here, which is just a short little jaunt, and we'll be to the waterfall. There's a bunch of steps up ahead though. Yeah, so there's the observation deck up there. That's where the waterfall is. Can you do it all in one? This is Upper Whitewater Falls. good amount of water. Here you guys have had a lot of rain. All right. I don't know how many steps this is supposed to be, but they just recently redid this when they had the last fires, like the year I left. It swept through here and had burned the old one. So my friend Terry and I walk back there and you can get all the way pretty close. And then there's a nice seat here with an overlook of the lake. Yeah. Yeah. All right, we are here finishing up the Whitewater, well, let's see, it's Bad Creek access to Upper Whitewater Falls Trail. What do you say, was it worth it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, yeah. Like I said, this trail's got a bunch of pluses because you're along the river for most of it. So plenty to do. But we are gonna head back and see you in a bit. So this has been up like as long as I've been coming up here. Pretty good view. It's actually a pretty clear day. This is the first time I've been home in almost a year and a half. And the renters have done an excellent job of taking care of this property. I planted these bushes here before I left. They look great. Got some ivy growing here. These pots need a little bit of work, but that's all right. Wood's still there from when I chopped down that tree. These I'm really happy with. Silverthorn. Same bush as it is out front, but it kind of filled in a hedge there where there was a privacy gap between the fence. So it really kind of gives them a little bit of privacy back here in the back. This bush is down there looking great. Got the creeping fig. Looks pretty good. They're keeping it off the roof, which is good. Azaleas look great. Forgot I left those chairs up there. Fan. It's really good. These oak trees are so pretty. Yeah. Looks great. Doing a great job. All right, so if you've never seen this apartment, this was mostly empty. They're storing some tools in here now. But this is just the garage part. There's a freestanding garage to the house. So while I rent the main house out, I have a finished out part of this garage that I worked into an apartment. And you can kind of see that here. It's this back area. So I finished this out as a kind of reserved space for me. And that's where I keep my residence here. So this is still some of the furniture from the house, some of the things I wanted to keep. Pretty happy with it. I mean, it's a kind of home away from home. Home being the Airstream. Got a little bit of a kitchenette there, mini fridge, refrigerator. There is water out here. I've got it turned off right now for the winter. There is no sewer. The house is actually uphill from here, so you couldn't reach the house without a sump pump, and it's too long of a distance even with one. So I'd have to do a new tap for a sewer. So it's just gray water that I throw out with a tub there. Right now I'm just using water in a 2.5 gallon jug there. Yeah, just some of the furniture I wanted to keep, and reserves a little bit of the space. This is a wardrobe. Just a wardrobe here, a little bit of storage, close down the bottom. When I'm here, I just sleep on the couch. TV from the old house. So there's a small space heater if it gets cold, and air conditioner for being hot. There's a outlet right there, and kind of a dryer vent on the back side that blows the air out. For the most part, it sends the moisture out with the air. so you don't have to worry about drainage. But yeah, good little apartment area here. Pretty good. Okay, getting ready to close up shop here. Don't know when I'll be back. Could be more than a year again, could be sooner. So just shutting everything down. And that looks to be it. Nice clean little place. Alright, we're just getting back. Kind of a long day of travel on planes and whatnot after a great trip home. And here's the other home. Can't wait to see Iker. There's my buddy. Hey, hey. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Huh? Yeah, yeah. There's hair everywhere. There's hair everywhere. What? It's like you're falling apart. It's like you fell apart. There's hair all over. Oh my gosh, looks like you got up on my bed too. Oh my goodness. Did you miss me? Yeah. Yeah, well, I missed you. Okay, let's clean up a little bit. Hiker is for sure a super shedder. There is hair everywhere. On the counters. Woo. Looks like he's actually been up on my bed quite a bit, which is not the usual thing. Okay.